James Madison had a way of putting his finger on exactly the threats to this country in so many ways. A groundbreaking new book details how 4 Americans who died in the Benghazi terrorist attack could still be alive, had a stand-down order never been given. The book is entitled 13 Hours, the inside account of what really happened in Benghazi. My next guest was on the ground in Benghazi that night, co-author Chris Peranto. Great to have you with us.
Thank you, sir. It's an honor. Thank you.
Well, it's an honor to have you. We talked with your comrade.
You talked to the JV squad first. Then she talked to Mark.
Yeah. Mark's is over there. We'll give you equal time here tonight. So let's start with this anniversary. Everyone is marking it as the 13th, particularly in this town. Anniversary of September 11th,
Yes, sir.
2001. It is also a very important anniversary to the nation because it's the second anniversary of the attacks in Benghazi. Your thoughts on the stand-down order,
Sure.
13 hours of that fight. Your thoughts as you were told that you can't go to the compound to save those folks.
I think any operator or any military person, anybody in special operations, would have the same feelings as I did. It was, first of all, it's a bit of anger. It's it also is a bit of disappointment because you're not being able to help your friends. And I said, keep in mind that, and I've said this on multiple occasions, it's stated very eloquently in the book by Mitchell Zukoff when he wrote it. We're getting calls, frantic calls from our buddies Alec Scott, which are the State Department agents, Scott Whitman, Al Kenner, Dave Lubin, that they're under attack. So it's the sense of urgency is spinning up. Your adrenaline's going up, but you have to maintain your composure on the outside to make sure that the emotions don't get out of hand with everything. Because it's just like a match getting lit and other matches getting lit, and all of a sudden it becomes a big fire. When somebody starts panicking, everybody starts panicking. So with me it was more anger and frustration more than anything, and disappointment that I can't help my friends. What's going on? I can't help the guys that I promised that I would help. I gave my word that I would come and help them if they needed it.
And that expectation was realized when you all decided stand down order or not.
We're going.
You're going.
Yep, that was, yes.
And how long did it take you to get there?
It took us
just under a mile.
It's just under a mile, but and people that read the book and ones that already read it can see that we couldn't drive all the way there. We waited so long to get there. Basically our nightmare had just come true because they were able to basically get a defensive position, fortify it as best they could, and then they were also able to have concentrated fire down the road we were supposed to come into to drive all the way to the front gate.
So you had to evade the terrorists who were firing?
We basically disembarked in a covered situation, covered by cover wall, and we split into 2 teams and we went on foot. Yes.
And how many terrorists were surrounding the compound, in the compound by the time you
we could not see all the way into the compound because we were on foot. There's several 8-foot high walls that we had to actually go over to get to the compound. With the intensity of fire, it's hard to say, and we weren't getting we didn't have the ISR feed at that time. Nothing was being fed into us that was giving us a good sit rep, a situation report of what we were facing in there. But by the amount of fire that was coming down the road, it was enough that we knew we couldn't go down there without trying to eliminate the position they had at the front of the gate, which John Teagan did very well with 3 40-millimeter grenades, which scattered them pretty quick, and that allowed us a big enough lull to get there on foot. So we didn't really get there to the console till 10:30 is when we actually got on the ground. So that's about an hour after we were originally called.
And in that hour, people are dying.
Oh yeah.
And you're attacking. You managed to get into the compound.
Yes, we did.
And what was your first reaction when you broke through and saw what you confronted?
People, and I've been even told this by my friends, like, why are you saying that? Honestly, I always think that sort of thing it was incredible. I mean, the fire, it's gorgeous. It's something that a guy like myself, and like, this is why I'm here. This is why I'm doing this. The adrenaline goes up. You're seeing fire, the billowing. You're hearing shots fired, and it's like, I'm alive. Guess what? This is awesome. It's time to go do our job and find those guys that are trapped and rescue and fight off the bad guys so we can get our guys home.
Most of us would be horrified, trembling, And it's what you and your comrades trained for. It is who you are.
Sure.
We're awful lucky to have it.
Well, we're lucky to have people like you that are actually putting the story out for us and have kept it alive for so long. We appreciate it.
The book, 13 hours, and you just heard a very few words, eloquent, but very few. This is an amazing story.
Thanks, sir.
We recommend it to you highly. Buy it at your bookstore, online. It is amazing.
Sure.
Just like the folks it is all about. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It's an honor. It's a very pleasure. Thank you, sir.
Time now for a few of your comments. James tweeted us to say, who could possibly want President Obama and the Democrats to overhaul the immigration system? Sounds like Obamacare all over again. Kenneth tweeted us to say amnesty should hurt the Dems, but Republicans have a knack for snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Trevor in New York emailed me to say, although I'm basically a Democrat, you are forgiven. I find the president's golfing minutes after announcing another beheaded U.S. citizen shows a depraved indifference and conduct unparalleled by any White House predecessor. A copy of my novel, Border War, goes to the authors of tonight's comments, as it does every night to the authors of those who share their views with us. We love hearing from you. Email me at lou@loudobbs.com. Follow us on Twitter at Lou Dobbs News. Go to Facebook. Links to everything at loudobbs.com. Good night.